Brooklyn Maxwell. I am a firefighter paramedic with Saskatoon Fire Department. As a firefighter paramedic, we respond to 911 calls. So we do firefighting, we do rescue, we do medical calls. We kind of are the middleman when it comes to emergency services. Our role is very broad. We do a lot of different things for a lot of different people.
My name is Bill Simons, and I work for the Saskatoon Fire Department, and I am a fire inspector investigator. Our role is to assist with fire inspections, making sure building safety is up to standards, educating the public in fire safety, and just the roles and responsibilities as a building owner they need to have in order to make their building safe for their occupants and for their building itself.
My name's Victoria Marchand. I've been at the Saskatoon Fire Department for 6 years and as emergency dispatcher, and I love it. Emergency dispatching is multitasking to the extreme. We, of course, answer radios and telephones, and sometimes simultaneously. We dispatch not only for the city of Saskatoon, but also for Martensville, Osler, Warman, and Dalmeny. So most dispatchers dispatch for multiple areas. So a big part of our day also involves administrative work. So we're answering the bylaw phones for our fire inspectors.
We usually try to do scheduled inspections and some unscheduled inspections. I do like to surprise people every once in a while because that's when things are at their most normal, is when you show up unannounced. And we'll go through buildings. We'll usually take the building representative who's in charge of safety through a building. We'll do inspections. We'll check the fire extinguishers. We'll check the emergency exits. Wintertime, make sure they're clear. Look at all their fire alarm and sprinkler records. Check their emergency evacuation plans.
About a year into being out of high school, I had to apply for college and go through that whole process. And I ended up getting into Manitoba Emergency Services College, and I did their public fire and paramedic program for 10 months. When I finished that and graduated, I came back and worked with Saskatoon Fire Department as a community relations coordinator. They had a bike patrol team the summer that I graduated, so I was doing work with them in that capacity. Following that, I worked in rural EMS, so a lot of firefighters are paramedics as well. So, and a lot of people do end up starting their career as a paramedic. So I went and worked at Roster and District Ambulance for about 10 months and then got on with SFD as a firefighter paramedic.
Most of us come from positions that involve problem solving or customer service. So a lot of us are from customer service based positions. So starting out in like a retail chain or starting out in a restaurant. And then from there, we might have all at some point been in some type of dispatching position, whether that's like a tow truck company, a security company. We do need some dispatching experience to come into this fire world. It's pretty typical, yes. We do all start with the same education. So you are required to get those online courses I mentioned, Priority Dispatch, the International Academy of Emergency Dispatch, and APCO. Those are the big ones.
I've been in emergency services for probably the last 20 years. Started as a firefighter and decided I wanted to be into fire inspections. And so I got my certification for fire inspections. For somebody looking to get into this profession, there's always a need for new people, younger people. The codes are always changing, fire codes are always changing, they're always updating. So if you like interacting with people, positive and negatively, sometimes they don't see things the way they should and you have to educate them. There's always room for more people. There's so much to do, there's so much new buildings going on, there's so many even old buildings that need help, need work. Just there's so much to do, and the public education portion is huge. Plus the public safety factor of it. So yeah, there's lots and lots to do.
I love that I get to help people every day. That was one thing that I really wanted in a career, was that I was going to be working with people, that I was going to be helping them. I've helped deliver babies, but a lot of times we're meeting people in the worst day of their life, and I love knowing that I'm possibly making it a little bit better or making it a little easier to get through. So you get two different aspects, right? I mean, that's a very beautiful thing about our job that we get to see.
There's many different types of dispatching. There's police dispatching, Medivy, fire, tow trucks, alarm companies, so many various dispatching roles that we can have. I think the advice I'd pass on to anyone interested in dispatching or emergency services, volunteering is big, gives you a nice baseline, and also is attractive to employers, especially emergency services. And I would also recommend talking to the people in those positions. A phone call to dispatch. I did ride-alongs when I was starting out and sit-alongs, so I think that was super crucial and beneficial to answering all the questions I needed.
You have to be personable, and hopefully most of us are personable, because you're telling somebody that they have to do something that they may have never done. It may cost them money, things that they didn't think they had to do. You have to persuade them that this is part of the deal. It's code, it's required.
In this career, you need to have a work ethic. So as much as you can, develop that work ethic. Make sure that you're pursuing every possible opportunity that you can. Preparing for anything and preparing in excellence is a huge piece of advice I would give. Is when you're doing something, do it with excellence and do it to the best of your ability.
The personalities that really do well in here are people that enjoy problem solving. People that, I guess, think outside the box and that do really well under stress and have those customer service skills are huge. Just be able to talk to people in dispatch is, I think, the biggest skill. So if you can have those customer service or those jobs that make you think outside the box, that's where you'd really shine. Because I think that's what we all have in common.